evening and welcome to it. This is Chess and Wine. My name is Eddie Bila. Back at you with some interesting updates on a whole lot of things that we discussed here on Chess and Wine. Number one, obviously, we have an update from Kenya. Kenya has responded very efficiently, very interesting, very nice read. And again, it just gives you an insight on the developments that are happening in Chess Kenya. And Chess South Africa still hasn't responded with anything, even though there's a lot of questions that have been raised. And I hear that there's a whole lot of brouhaha and there's a document circulating all over social media. Whew. Which puts the executive in a very tight spot. They need to say something. And also on that, there is now some legal papers, legal documents being served to the Executive Board of Chess South Africa to respond, or else. We'll try and read that letter as well, and we'll look at the performance of our junior players at the World Junior Chess Championships and see how things are going for them there. You see, they only have one more round left of the 11 rounds that are to be played. But first, let us go back to the beginning. Right, so yes, obviously in the previous video, if you just go check it out, I've spoken about how the selections in South Africa for the African Youth Chess Championships seemingly, just left a lot of people confused because it appears that there are some players who did not play the SA Junior Closed Chess Championships, but ended up making it to the list of players playing now in the African Youth Chess Championship, since a preliminary or a provisional list of players was released, and still nothing from Chess South Africa, even though we expect them to say, oh no, there was just that arbiter entering just one player, and the first player they could get to so that they could start the player list. They were going to remove these names, but they couldn't until the preliminary list was published. We're going to remove those. Something like that, right? Like you expect them to say things like that, right? But we didn't get anything like that. So anyway, obviously in the video I made mention that there are some complaints as well coming from Chess Kenya. Some parents in Kenya who were confused with the selections and obviously stating that they see some players that did not make it to the selection tournaments, who are there as well competing now, representing Kenya in the AYCC, in the African Youth Chess Championships 2024. And Kenya thought, okay, since we are proactive as leadership, we have a response for you. So let me just read it for you. Here goes. Team Kenya set for African Youth Chess Championships 2024 in Johannesburg, South Africa. Kenya is among 16 countries registered to take part in Africa Youth Chess Championships 2024, slated to take place from 15th to 23rd June 2024 in Johannesburg, South Africa, at Kopanang Hotel and Conference Center. This year, following one of the biggest national chess championships of 5,000 participants, saw a huge scramble for limited slots for African youth. Kenya was allocated only 72 slots against double the number of demand. Interestingly though, this part where it says this year, following one of the biggest national chess championships of 5,000 participants. Still a huge thing. Wow. So so it continues. Chess Kenya came up with a multi-pronged approach to distribute the slots, ensuring a balanced, not only to ensure fair distribution, but it reflects the face of Kenya while taking care of special interest groups critical to development of sports in marginalized areas. For clarity, the following criteria was applied. Number one, National Chess Championships. Winner of the final phase of the Kenya National Youth Chess Championship 2024 held in Mangu High School in April were given invited slots. They will also receive a generous allowance of $660 each for the days they will be engaged in training and competition. What? An allowance of $660 each. Ooh. Okay, these are junior players getting money from chess already. Okay, number two, Chess Kenya from its own kitty will support the 3 players nominated based on the following consideration. Number one, Elizabeth Cassidy, medalist in the last AYCC in Egypt. Honoring the players that represented well in previous years. That's awesome. Number two, Fantalist Nduta, runners-up in under 14 and missed out in last sponsored event due to documentation. Oh, wow, though. Okay, Kenya. Timothy Kerulo, compensation to slot offered to best student of host of Kenya National Youth. Kisii School, 7 out of 8 points, but couldn't travel due to documentation. Chess Kenya will cater for their flights, accommodation, and registration fee. However, they will not be entitled for any allowances. All players who participated, all players who participated and finished top 7 in the final playoffs, in case all apply, no application will be taken. Since not all applied, consideration was made to accommodate other special interests. We had 2 players who were winners of National Youth Chess Championships 2024 but didn't proceed for playoffs due to factors beyond their control. These are players who have proven themselves, not just this year, but winning national title in the past. All right, you see, all of these reasons are just reasonable. They're just good. I mean, it just makes sense, right? And again, it's good that it's been, maybe again, the fact it's a bit delayed, but it's good that it's finally out, right? Like, everybody can just relax and be like, oh, it makes sense. But definitely it should have been out before we actually inquired about it, before all these questions were raised. But damn, this is amazing what Kenya is doing. Number 5, all under 18. All under 18 we absorbed since it's their last year of participation in on the AYCC. However, they must have met the minimum of 5 points in the National Chess Championships. Wow. Okay, and then number 6, there's a 6 point. The children from Kibera slums. Chess in slums has been an important segment of our social project and have involved many partners. Among the partners is an organization based in USA that had offered full sponsorship of 9 players from the slums who qualified with the minimum 5 points in the National Youth Chess Championship. While we could accommodate all the 10, effort was made to give opportunity to these children. As we aspire to spread chess, we also looked at regional representation and face of Kenya. We had the only players from some who met minimum 5 points. This includes Kitui, Bungoma, Trans Nzoia, and Mombasa. Below is the comprehensive list of players selected and entered to carry Kenya flag in Africa Youth Chess Championship 2024. Chess Kenya would like to congratulate them for earning the honor, which comes with a lot of responsibility. We call for all stakeholders to offer them necessary support. Then there they are under 8, under all the categories. And I just like the last part here. Residential camp. The national champions and other sponsored players have reported to a residential camp to be held at Southern Sun Hotel in Johannesburg, South Africa. The residential training will last for 5 days and transfer to the main AYCC official hotel on the 15th. The rest of Kenya team of players will arrive on the 15th. Guided by the head coach, FIDE Master Steve Omar, the team will receive specialized training by International Master Johannes Mabusele from South Africa and International Master Rodwell Makoto from Zimbabwe. Wow. All right. They'll also take part in the LC, so it continues, 2024 LC Steenkamp Open Chess Tournament South Africa. The partnership between Chess Kenya and Mabusela Chess Academy will be extended to see another 48 players jetting in on the 14th of June to attend the 2024 LC Steenkamp Open Chess Tournament South Africa, followed by joint training with the children from Mabusela Chess Academy. The effort is aimed to prepare players for planned strong appearance in the World Cadets in Italy from 14 to 27th November and World Youth from 28 October to 10 November. Regards, Chess Kenya. My goodness. Wow. No. Chess Kenya is just doing a lot. And I mean, I could actually just stop it here and we just contemplate what we've just read and just understand that there's a whole lot of development happening in Kenya. We understand that South Africa is just coming out of a whole lot of issues. Maybe that's why there's not a lot happening. But wow, the chess in slum, with $660 per player for junior players. That's just so much happening, man. 600, it's like you're getting 12,000 rands or so as allowance for just coming to play from for like 10 days here. Wow. Hey, chess pays in Kenya. That's why they're winning cars in Kenya, man. Whoa, yeah, man. Okay, did you know that PDM was already relocated? Is now a citizen of Kenya because of what's happening in Kenya. Anyways, so that's that. We're gonna try and move on now. and just quickly look, before we get into other controversies, let's just quickly look at the players' performances in the World Youth Chess Championship. I was just trying to find if anyone played the World Juniors, in fact, in previous years. And the last record I have was of Jan Kasten, who was playing in the 2022 World Junior Chess Championship. And he scored how many points? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4.5, right? He scored 4.5. So now we have Manga Tabang. After with only one round to spare, he's at how many points? He scored 1, 2.5. And okay, and I actually want to emphasize that it's not easy in this event. And then Yasser Charlton, with only one round to go, after 10 rounds, he has scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. Okay. Wow, okay. And he just lost the previous game against Wafa Hamid, the international master Wafa Hamid from Egypt. The previous one was won against an Indian 1946 rated Shah-Jit. And he lost another one against an I am from Tunisia. So he's losing, oh, he's a Turkey. No, it's actually Turkey. Yeah. Ozenbek Erkin Baris. But I just have to mention that, obviously, this is actually a very good performance for 5 points, right? Because we've seen, did you know that the number one, the highest rated grandmaster in the World Junior Chess Championships, also pulled out of the event? Or did I mention it in the previous video? No, I didn't. The number one, that's the American kid. That's a scary one that usually can get, that just got famous for being the youngest grandmaster on record. Whew. But after losing 2 games and drawing 2 games in 6 rounds, he decided, I don't know what I'm playing for anymore. And he decided to just cut his losses, right? So he decided to cut his losses, and he left the event. Wow, it's that bad, right? But anyway, so I did mention that there's also a letter coming from before I get to the letter, let me just leave it last, so that whenever I'm asked to remove it, it just becomes the last part of the video, and I'll be free to just cut it out. Just want to read again another message that just came on circulating. This one was sent by Tembanene. And it reads as follows. Andrew Luwax's son qualifying for... You see, this is not me. This is just me reading what other people have written. This is on Africa. It's on South African chess players, right? And they just posted it on African chess news group on WhatsApp. It reads, Andrew Luwax's son qualifying for the AYCC via the backdoor channels is morally corrupt and leaves a bitter taste in the mouth. How can a leader who is entrusted with enforcing selection policies advocate for a family member to circumvent those very same policies? This event is a spectacle where countries showcase their cream of the crop, but those in the know have found loopholes to include their not-so-talented family members. Whoa. Mr. Luwax is still elect, but he has already lost his moral compass. And those who are close to him stand accused of not having the guts to tell him when he is in the wrong. Is this how the future Chess South Africa will run things? I feel sorry for Vicky Magu and his team. They have done an excellent job to organize a world-class event, and it does not deserve the controversy of nepotism. The more things change, the more they stay, or the more they remain the same. 10 minutes. Wait, I guess this part where he says, it just reminds me of something. You see, I want to talk about things I didn't plan about to talk about. So it says, I feel sorry for Vicky Magu and his team. They have organized a very excellent job. They've done an excellent job. And I'm thinking, I just received another complaint about from the chess family of South Africa. People who are concerned, who are feeling that these organizers of the African Youth Chess Championship, the South Africans especially, are depriving a whole lot of our South African players of opportunities. So I'll just show you quickly, because I just saw that they say in the African Youth Chess Championship last year in Egypt, Egypt as the host country had rights to enter 15 additional players per section. South Africa only has rights to enter 9 additional players. Why? Is it because of the small venue that they booked? They were asked to book a venue that can accommodate 1,000 players, and they booked a venue that can accommodate about 600 players. Isn't that depriving a whole lot of our players? Because this was meant to be an opportunity for most of the South African players to take part in the event, because there's a whole lot of costs that have been cut. The distance is cut. The accommodation for some, especially the South Africans who were not supposed to be forced to stay in the what do you call this, the official accommodation. And it would be so affordable. Or are those the spaces that they decided to give to the academies? Because I also got an inquiry as to how much exactly are the academies being charged to field these players. Because again, it raises a question: are those players now among the 9 additional players the country is supposed? The 9 additional players that are given to the host country, the host federation, or is there an extra slot now of academy players? Because there might be a chance that they decided to sell those slots, because again, there's that idea of raising funds, right? Where they say normally we would get the 15, but let's just cut it into 9, and then the remaining 6 we sell to the academies. Because basically you must understand that what is happening with the academies is they're selling the spaces, right? It's like the highest bidder. They're selling the spaces to the people who can afford. That's basically what it seems like it's happening. What it seems like it's happening. But now my question is whether that is part of the 9 additional players that are supposed to be South African offered to the host federation, which was 15 previously, or it's the 9 plus the extra now being given to the academies, which will still be selling. I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, there's a whole lot of things. This just raises a lot of questions. This issue of academies, obviously academies have a right to send their strongest players, right? I don't know, man. It's so crazy. So now, Chess South Africa is being asked to respond and say how these players that we don't know how they qualified have qualified. To maybe do something similar to what Chess Kenya did. Chess Kenya has just showed you how to do it, what to do. So basically, there is a letter from an attorney. It reads as follows. It's from CHM, Cohen Harper Madigizela, Experience Skills Solutions. So it's obviously lawyers. Executive Board Chair South Africa, care of Secretary-elect, attention Ms. Lizelle Ajum, and there's an email address. Copy the President-elect Chair South Africa, attention Mr. Andrew Leox. And it reads urgent. So yeah, it says Chair South Africa, non-compliance with the rules of the association. We act on behalf of Mr. Lincoln September, being a member in good standing of Chess South Africa. We are instructed as follows. On 18 December 2016, Chess South Africa adopted a youth selection policy, which inter alia sets out clear requirements in relation to the awarding of national colors or national federation colors, wearing of national federation clothing, and the participation in various high-profile tournaments, including the African Youth Chess Championships. Wow, this is actually a very long document, and this video is already on 18 minutes. I'm just going to share it, if I'm allowed, so that you can see it for yourself. Wow. So, yeah, this is really interesting. The last part, it says, we require a written undertakings to the above effect by no later than 1 o'clock on Friday, 14 June 2024. Should we not receive said written undertakings, our client reserves the right to take the appropriate agent legal steps to enforce the executive board to comply with the rules, policies, and procedures of Chess South Africa. Right? So now let's just read point number 7, because this just refers to what's happening in point number 7. In light of the above, point number 7, we are instructed to demand as we hereby to that Chess South Africa applies its existing policy in terms of the awarding of honors and participation of players at the AYCC. Very fair, right? It's a very fair request. And on 7.2, the president-elect's son and all other non-qualifying players under the policy shall forthwith be removed by Chess South Africa as recognized players at the AYCC. 7.3, no honors or awards whatsoever, including National Federation colors, will be issued to players who do not qualify for said awards, including the president-elect's son. We require written undertakings to the above effect by no later than 1 o'clock on Friday, 14th June 2024. So yeah, so basically that's what the letter is saying. So some people are acting. People take chess very seriously. No, we do. This is a very serious issue. This is a very serious. Yo, but anyway, we did tell you. Now everybody in the council will just come up and say like, we told you, or we did say. Maybe people thought nobody's gonna care. There's a line here that I find very interesting. That somebody somewhere said it's not gonna matter because it's only a few players. It's only a few kids. Let me just see if I can find it. Oh yeah, there it is in 2.12. In relation to the awarding of National Federation colors to players who did not participate in the SHJCC and do not qualify under the policy, it was stated that the Executive Board took a decision to award National Federation colors to non-qualifying players, including the President's son, in terms of Section 11 of the policy, and since it is only a few players. Come on. Even those few players, are they not taking spaces to players that are more deserving than them? Even if it's just 2 or 3 players. We know that there's 2 or 3 players somewhere who are more deserving and who would actually perform much better than. We saw what happened to the last person that was put in a league that they didn't qualify for, like in a section that they didn't qualify for in the national junior closed. They finished last. An embarrassment to the family. So now again, this will be an embarrassment to the family. If the president's son comes in and then they perform poorly, they just end up at the bottom. Hey, chess and intellect and all of that. Your son, your children represent you. I'm joking. It's so sad, right? Wouldn't it be? Maybe it should be. But imagine if we were to say that if your child is playing chess and we watch your child play, and when they perform poorly, we look at you like, So this is how you would perform if you took chess seriously. So it's actually a reflection of your family's intellect, huh? You are at that level, really, in your family, right? Like yeah. Instead of investing that money into the coaching for the kids, you decide to spend it on putting them in high-level competition that they don't deserve to, because it's not boxing. They won't come out with bruises and all that. But if they were serious caring players, they'll come up with emotional bruises, trust me. But anyways, it is what it is. Whew. Yeah, it's very cold. I mean, I can even feel my... But anyway, so yeah, this is it from me for today. Good evening, and thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Again, I see the subscriptions are just flying through the roof. It's because of you. Keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep watching. Good evening.